Good evening, I'm Rob Wilson and this is the market preview for the euro dollar for Wednesday the 18th of April 2012. In tomorrow's session I am expecting a breakout. If you want to know why, pin your ears back and we'll get into it. Looking first at today's action, you'll see that price fell overnight. The resistance area, the support area we identified at 131 even to 130.90 did its job spectacularly, and as London opened, price rocketed up to retest this falling resistance line at around 131.50. We got up as high as about 131.70 before we rejected that on European news, on German news, and since then all we've done is range. All we've done is range. So the levels that we looked at and we suspected would be significant in yesterday's analysis were indeed the case. But as you know, the foreign exchange, and particularly the euro dollar, does not like to be hemmed in forever. So let's home in and look in a little bit more detail. So now we're sitting on the 15-minute chart, and you can see the area I've marked up pretty much encompasses today's price action. It stretches from 130.90 north to 131.55, which is my best effort really at encompassing the majority of the day's action. You can see that range is getting tighter and tighter. So far as I'm concerned, the most significant thing on this chart is this 1 hour falling resistance, which has done a great job again today at holding price down. But you have to wonder, how long that can continue. And tomorrow, I think, will be the day where we test it for sure, and either break it for good and rock on up, or alternatively, dive south. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's unnatural for the euro dollar to be in this tight a range for this period of time. So this, if you like, is the ever tightening range box, and this is what we need to watch. Looking next at the news, you'll see there really, there isn't an awful lot. There's a few, bits of sterling interest at 4:30. There's some minor news at 0400 Eastern for the eurozone. But notwithstanding this fairly meaningful sterling news, there's not an awful lot in London AM, and there's a smattering of figures in the US session at 10:30. So not an awful lot of news there to push the market, but then you often find that the big moves occur, the really big moves occur, and the breakouts occur outside news, in fact, when there's nothing to hem, if you like, institutional traders in. So looking now at my trading chart, this is on the 15-minute scale. You see that I got the news tacked in there, so I know it's coming. And the levels really haven't changed much from yesterday. I've cleared away a bit of shrapnel, but the bottom line is, the base of this ranging area remains 130.90, and the most significant thing hemming price into the upside at the moment remains this 1 hour support. Now that may give out overnight. It may well happen, but certainly, if it hasn't, Europe and then London, I'm almost certain they're going to have a go at it. So 131.50 is would appear to be the fulcrum point yet again. If we break through, yes, we've got resistance at 131.85, but if it's convicted, this is going to struggle. So again, I'm looking at any weakness at 132. And I'm also looking at below price. If we break through 130.90, at least 130.50, and possibly right the way down to 130 even. So like I say, very tight at the moment. This 1 hour sloping resistance is a key feature. It may well give out overnight, but if it does go with a bang on volume, then I think we could see a pretty significant move. Okay, look, what does it all mean? Well, in terms of the market phase, we are in an ever-tightening range at the moment, but like I say, I find it hard to believe that we'll get through the next 24 hours without some sort of breakout attempt. In terms of market structure, near resistance is at 131.60, You've seen what we got above that at 130.85 and 132, but I don't think these are going to hold out if we manage to break through that rising resistance with some sort of conviction. Below price, our support remains 130.90 to 131. But like I say, if we go through there on volume, there's at least a 100 pip drop down to 132 on the cards. Like I say, the most significant technical feature on my charts at the moment is this 1 hour falling resistance, which got a good battering today, but held its own. News, like I said earlier, really nothing significant there. So what's the plan? Well, really, I really don't have a bias. We need to look for reaction at key levels. Bear in mind that if the market doesn't make it out one side of that range box, it'll have a go at the other. So the key levels are the key levels. I'll be watching 131.55 above, and I'll be watching 130.90 to 131 below. And that's really all we can do in this sort of situation. It really will depend on the sort of power of the punch we see as the market tests these areas. As usual, I'll be updating this this preview by audio broadcast on the TFL website just before market open, just before London Open at about 10 to 3 EST. Good luck with your trading tomorrow. See you again.